My GF of almost 1 year told my son, 4M, to call her mommy behind my back. I 29M was married to the most amazing woman 6 years ago. We had been dating for 2 years before we got married. She got pregnant after graduating from college. We were both happy, this is what we had wanted. Our son 4M was born. Life was awesome. 10 months after his birth, while on a trip to get some stuff for the house, her car collided with 2 others. Nothing could be done. Her ribs broke inwards, her lungs were crushed. She died by the time the ambulance came. Life was a witch. Suddenly the whole world had collapsed on me. I was in shock, the therapy didn't help. The only thing that kept me going was my son. He was barely 10 months old, but he lived. I forgot about everything else in life and functioned just as a father. I didn't go out, I ignored my friends, killed my social life altogether. Still, I was proud of what I had accomplished as a single father. Sure, there were a few scares here and there, but overall it was great. My son was healthy and happy. Money was never a problem for me. It still hurt like a witch inside. I literally felt no temptation to meet anybody else. I was still recovering from it all, I guess. Then, I started going out a little. My sister offered to take care of my son. She was great with him, so I felt comfortable. I got back in touch with my friends. I still retained my good physique. There wasn't much to do at home, so I'd just work out. I had started taking care of myself too. I got used a little to the female attention. After blowing off the initial 4 to 5 dates, I know it's bad but I just couldn't go ahead with them then, I started meeting other women. I'd just have casual dates with these women, but I'd turn them down before anything physical happened. It took me a long time to even kiss a girl again. On this cycle, I met Natalie 24F, random alias here. She was an exceptionally beautiful girl who worked in my industry, loved that I was a single father and sympathized with my loss. She was a great person and had an awesome personality. I found something special about her, so I stuck with her. It took us almost a month to have sex, but she was very patient with me. I had told her up front that meeting my son is not something that is happening very soon. She understood. We had a great relationship. She complained a few times about me spending a lot of time with my son and barely enough with her, but we made it work after talking about the issue. She only met my son for the first time 2 months ago. I brought her along when we were at the park. She said hi and he just looked up and sorta laughed. He's 4 and he's able to articulate properly, at least small words and greetings, so I told him to say hello. He said that and then the attention was back to the racket and the ball. She was clearly liked him. I know she wasn't feigning interest because even when I went a bit away and was busy with something else, she was trying to play with him and interact with him a lot. That was supposed to be a happy moment, but seeing him with her reminded me of my wife and it hurt like a witch again. But I got over it. So I gradually increased their time together. We still met outside most of the time and not that much inside. We spent the daytime at her place and late night she would come over to mine when my son was asleep. After a point I felt a little comfortable leaving them alone together. So this week my sister was visiting in town. My son absolutely adores her. She was his first female contact. I had to leave, take an overnight flight to get some work stuff sorted out, so she stayed at my place. Natalie calls me in the morning and tells me that she wants to visit my son. She's been visiting him a lot, so I think it's okay. When I come back, this is what my sister worriedly tells me. Natalie came around in the morning. She spent around an hour with my son and my sister. They're good friends and get along very well. So my sister got up to make something for them and went into the kitchen, while Natalie and my son were in the living room. He was on the floor playing with his toys, I guess. As soon as my sister goes into the kitchen, Natalie picks up my son onto her lap. My sister tells me that she heard her trying to get him to call her mommy. He usually calls her by a shortened version of her name, which also makes him giggle for some reason. So he said that and he giggled. My sister leant to see what they were doing, and according to her, my girlfriend was saying to him, "No, not the name that my son has for her, mommy," and repeating that again till my son said it. Then she kept on saying, "I'm your mommy, mommy," and more like that. My sister was alarmed but didn't say anything. He's done that with her too, but she always brought up a picture of his mother to show him. So he stopped calling her that. I have always told him that the angel in the picture is mommy. It took him time, but he stopped calling anyone else mommy. I had told my girlfriend about this before and she had agreed. I had told her that it was important to me that my son know who his real mother was. She said she understood. And now here I am. Angry, frustrated, enraged and feeling a bit betrayed. I don't know how long this has been going on. I haven't said anything about it to her. She knows I'm pissed about something. We have our 1 year together completing in 20 days. I had big plans for that. Now, I don't know what to do. You guys got any ideas? Guys, this is not about me moving on from my wife. This is about my son's mother. That's all. Edit. I'll talk to her about this. I don't want to break up, but I do want her to know that she has fucked up colossally and that this will set back our relationship. I'll try and be delicate. Also, most replies now are negative and aggressive, so I'll hop off Reddit. So, no point posting anymore. There are other people who need your advice. Thanks for the advice you have given me. I promise I will update.
Relevant comments. Mont8. Have you two talked about having more children? Because I feel like Natalie really wants to be a mom. Confront her about this and ask her why she's insistent on your son calling her mommy.
OP. She wants children but wants to finish grad school first. I had told her very seriously about how I really want him to know who his real mother is and that there'll be no substitute for her. Not sure how I confront her about the one boundary that I was dead serious about, that she ended up breaking. I know that this isn't coming across as a very serious problem to others, but this was one thing I was really scared about, and it's a terrible betrayal on her front. I'll just end up screaming my head off. I'm really pissed by her doing what she did, and that too behind my back.
Toaster child. Try to talk to her about it calmly. Ask her if it's true. And explain again to her that you would like for her to be a very important part of his life, but you really don't want him to call her mommy. Do you think she did it for a bad reason, or do you think she was just momentarily misguided in her actions because she cares about you both so much? If you address this with her by attacking her and telling her what her place is, I think it's the end. If you keep it calm and reassure her that she too had an important place in your life, but you feel you owe this one thing to his mother, she will very likely get on your side about it and never do it again.
OP. I'm mad because it was a line crossed. It may have happened before when she was alone too. It is a huge breach of my trust. We agreed on this beforehand. And now she goes and does this behind my back. Her saying to my son, "I'm your mommy," that hurt me a lot. Now, I feel I can't trust her with my son alone.
Cuddlemans. I don't think you should be together. Nowhere in your text does it say that you love her or that you decisively want her in your life. You still love your wife and she's just sort of a pleasant substitute. I'm sure you like her and you care about her, but until you let go of your wife, you'll be hurting her and your son eventually. Can you give her 100%? If not, you know what you have to do. You said about your wife, the most amazing woman in the world. You didn't describe Natalie anywhere near that. Sorry, I usually support people trying to work things out, but in your case I really don't see it. Don't force yourself to be with someone in the future either. You will feel when your mind and soul are ready, in that you will start looking at women differently, with more than rational and analytical interest.
OP. I want to move on with my life. We have a great relationship. I had something really monumental planned for us in our 1-year anniversary. In the light of what has happened, can you really blame me for not posting my love for her all over the text? I'm mad at her right now and am feeling betrayed. After what she did, I'm not in the correct mindset to call her the most amazing woman. I will never be able to completely forget me wife. Why? Because I have my son with me. He was our son and he will always be a living reminder of my wife. I was young and that affected me deeply. Update. Hey guys. Just thought I'd quickly update you on what happened between my girlfriend and me. Basically, I talked to her. She did agree that this had indeed happened. So, she didn't deny it, that was a good thing. I asked her why she did it. She gave the reason that she always felt like an extra in my life. She thought that we could be closer if we tried to be family. I explained to her, in a calm, composed manner, that we can't just pretend to be a family. And that her trying to make a permanent bond with my 4-year-old son whom she'd known only for 2 months wasn't quite the way to do it. She cried and apologized. Nevertheless, this was a huge setback in our relationship. It's difficult to look at things the same way after what happened. Our big anniversary surprise is cancelled. I'll make up for it sometime later. We are still dating, but she isn't going to meet my son anytime soon. This meant that we'd be spending less nights together, but she understood. I'm also going to see a child therapist to get this mommy thing sorted out once and for all so that my son isn't emotionally affected. Edit. For those of you saying that what she did was 100% right, it wasn't. My girlfriend and I are dating. She has known my son only for 2 months. If a mommy bond were to form right now and we were to break up, it'll affect my 4-year-old too. That'll have to wait for marriage, which honestly is something I have mentally pushed back for now. It'll take time to get the trust back with her.
Relevant comments. Toaster child. Glad to hear she realized it was wrong. But are you sure you guys are a good match right now? She seems awfully desperate for something more, which you don't sound like you are looking for yet.
OP. I know everyone seems to be suggesting that I break up with her, but I love her. She crossed a big line that she was not supposed to behind my back. I can't ignore that. I know she wants more and I am trying my hardest, but it is difficult when I have a son. She hopefully understands that. Yeah, she might think that I am too much to handle for her. She might break up with me. I can't prevent that. But if she doesn't, she's a keeper. Call it naivete, but I think the reason she gave for doing what she did checked out. It corresponded with a lot of things she had said earlier. But she needs to understand that we can only be a family when we are truly a family, aka marriage. So, that'll have to wait. Right now, trust is the important thing that needs attention. If I can get that back, I don't think we'll have many problems. I am not going to break up with her. Had she denied what she did for 1 second, I would have walked out of there and never looked back. But she accepted her mistake and was ready to face the consequences, a little time away from my son. That's one positive thing at least. Update 2. I know all of you guys would be expecting a wonderful update with all of us becoming one big happy family. Sorry, but I got witch slapped by life. Since a couple of weeks ago, she kept pushing me again and again over visiting my son. I told her no firmly, but she kept on being passive-aggressive. All I wanted was a little more time, but she pushed me to a limit. She said that my son was missing her, he was not, and that I'm doing him a disservice by keeping her out of his life, and that I'm a horrible parent and I can't raise my son alone. We had a big fight over it, and we broke up. She broke down and crawled back and apologized, but things were never going to be the same. Life fucking sucks. Update 3. Hello everyone. Almost a year ago, I came here to talk about my life going upside down. I lost a great girlfriend, someone I thought I could finally trust and allow into my son's life. That did not go well. Anyway, that time of my life was very difficult, but I really got some great perspective from the people on here, so I just wanted to thank you all once again. I feel like I'm in a really good position in my life right now and everything feels awesome. I've put all the pieces together and my son and I are really happy. He's doing great and is healthy. So, yeah, this was more of a thank you, rather than update, but I really mean it. I was really confused and some of the advice I got on here was instrumental in sorting that mess out. Thanks Reddit. Take care. P.S. I'm thinking of getting us a dog. What do you guys think of border collies?